Hello agents and welcome back to another Division build video. We're back on the PTS for Tu12 and I thought I'd take a look at my explosive skill build, as this seems to be the patch of the skill builds for Tu12. So I thought let's have a look at what new stuff we've got, what I can throw in here and see if I can make this build any better. And to be honest, there wasn't much you could change. I tried a few different pieces here, there and everywhere. I obviously tried the harmony versus the capacitor. I obviously tried the new Empress gear, and I also tried the new gear sets items as well. And to be honest, I didn't have to make many changes. The capacitor comes out on top, it really does, and the waveform, it's up to you if you want to run this or not. A second piece of Hana U in here will do just as well, and I'll explain why in a second. I have done another video, go and check that out, which is just a normal skill build that uses the drone, and it also uses the normal turret. It's really good. It shreds legendary, even shreds legendary hunters. Unfortunately, when I was testing this build, I couldn't come across a hunter, but go and check that out. It's in the description down below. So for this build, I'll explain why straight off the bat with the waveform, why we don't necessarily need to use it. So this actually swaps the maximum amount of damage it's going to give you a round between your actual skills. Well, to be honest, in this build, we're all about our explosive damage. So we actually want our explosive turret to do the most damage all the time. Now, the only way we get away with this, and the reason why you might want to run the waveform instead, is because we one-shot almost everything with this build. So if you hit something with your mortar, it generally just dies. Aside from maybe dogs and, mini tanks and things like that, things tend to just die. So that way then, using this, you're giving your assault drone, which is pushing everything out of cover, a little bit more damage. So you have the option of which one you actually want to run, when, depending on how good your own gear is dependent on what decision you might make in that holster slot. Just to take a quick look at the waveform if you've not already seen it, because this is obviously on the PTS and it's not in the live game yet. You can see it generates a stack of 3% skill damage on one of my skills every second, and it caps at 10 stacks, giving us 30%. After 10 seconds at the cap, the stacks transfer, and this transfer, again, generating every second. You can just see them both ticking away. One's getting less and one is getting higher, and that just constantly repeats over and over again. So it's a really nice piece. You obviously know about the harmony already with perfectly in sync. It doubles and gives up to 40% skill damage and 40% weapon damage. But then we've got our new capacitor, which is an AR, which for me, I much rather on a skill build anyway. Spraying is much easier than using a rifle for me, but that again, self-preference. It gives us damage to armor and damage to health, which is really nice. But then shooting enemies builds up stacks to a cap of 40, but each one of these grants us 1.5% skill damage. And after 5 seconds, the stacks decay 1 per second. So as long as you're consistently shooting the enemies, you're going to be able to build up to 60% skill damage with this gun, which is really, really nice. And then obviously as well, we're going to get weapon damage because we're going to have 6 yellow tiers as well. And that's going to give us 45% weapon damage as well. So really, really nice. So this is the harmony. It just edges it out. So for the rest of the build, obviously we need demo on, because demo unlocks the turret that we need to use. The artillery turret. As you can see, the base damage here is 3.6, but you'll be hitting more over 6, 7, 8, depending on how many of your skills you've got procced. The Hana U gives us skill haste and then gives us the perfect combined arms, which is 30% more skill damage for 3 seconds when we shoot. I prefer to run 2 of these for the skill damage. Like I said, I'm more focused on having my artillery turret have the most damage for this, and the drone is just there to push everything out of cover. Running 2 Gruppos because it gives us 15% explosive damage, and on them you're going to want skill damage on both of them. Skill haste if you can. Optimization station can't come quick enough for this because This is really hard to get. 2 Gruppos with explosive damage and all yellow is really, really hard to get. I haven't in fact come across any gloves yet where I've got all 3 yellows. As you can see, I'm missing skill haste on this one. Then we're going to use a Wyvern chest piece. Gives us skill damage off the bat, skill damage, skill haste, and skill duration. I've got duration on to benefit my drone being out as long as possible, but if you felt uncomfortable with how long the turret takes to come back, you can it's only 10 seconds. It doesn't feel like it's a lot of time for me, but you could put skill haste on there instead. And then we're using 1 China Light because it gives us 15% explosive damage just for 1 piece. Skill haste, skill damage, and skill duration. I'll put a clip at the end of me running the start of District Union. It's just a lot of fun, especially in a group. It's a lot of fun. And obviously you can use this with different skills as well. You could run using Seekers and the drone and things like that if you wanted just to face your tank yourself through normal or even hard or even heroic missions. You know, if you're doing the League or whatever, that's other options available with this as well. I'm going to put this on very hard just so you can see some numbers. And without any procs whatsoever, 5 mil easy. Then we're going to do we'll build our stacks up on this gun, get it to max. There we go. And we should have proc, there you go, 8.4 with proc combine arms just as it hit. Huge amount of damage. 8.3, 8.4, yeah. Really good. You know, prior to being able to use this gun, we were around 6 to 7, so really nice. Better than the Harmony. We'll put the waveform on just so you can see. So as you can see now, it's building up on the wrong skill. So, but we'll use it anyway just so you see. So we'll drop down to 8 now, and it's buffing our other skill. 7.8 there and 8 again. So you do lose that 0.4, but now they're swapping over. 8.5. Can we break 9 at max stats? 9, nice. So you get a bit of a boost when it's the turret's turn. But it's, as you can see, it's a lot of damage. Really nice. Like I said, especially in a group on Legendary, you're going to take all that pressure off all your other teammates just by sitting back and firing away. And then just keep building your stacks up. You're actually doing some pretty decent gun damage as well, which is really nice. So there we go everybody, that's the update to the skill damage explosive build. Hopefully this will stick for the PTS. I will do some more build videos as soon as Tu12 drops with improvements on my current builds and any new fancy builds with the new gear sets that we might come across. So do come and check that out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up to help me out with that YouTube algorithm. It really does help. And comment down below, let me know if you've done any skill builds that are really interesting on the PTS. I would really like to know that. Come and check me out over on Twitch. I could be streaming there right now, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE. Drop me a follow if I'm not, so you can come and see me when I'm live and have a chat. That would be super nice. Check out all the links down in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching everybody. Goodbye.
over here.